All right, let's get today going. All right, we're gonna start with rundown of the deck. Not much changes. Always a good old blood moon. All right, we're gonna start with rundown. Oh, I need to turn that off. I do not like hearing my own voice. I really need a better mic. 8.1, still same deck I've been running, both IRL or third one in real life. Yeah, IRL and online. Got 23 lands, which is a little bit of little different. And a lot of the blue moon shells, you see 22, and that really goes back to the original deck that I think it was Shota Yasuoka. No, Lishi Tien played at GP Gatecrash? No, GP Born of the Gods, where this archetype really got introduced. Uh, but quite a bit's changed. You still got your Blood Moons and your Lightning Bolts, and your Serum Visions, but now you got Jace. Now you're playing Vendilion Click main. Your counter magic has changed quite a bit. Before it was 2 mana leak, 2 remand. Now your 2-drop slot's less stressed, but that's only because you've gotten a few. You're trying to get more efficient. For me, that comes in the form of main deck anger. There's a lot of unfair decks going around. The worst of them is probably Hollow One, and I can't really do a lot about that one. I can abrade when I get it. I can anger away a few blood gas, and the jackal thing with prowess. I forget the name of that, but there's not a ton to stop it. Gone up a little bit on the cryptic commands. We're 3 where it used to be 2. You have a few more cantrips in the form of opt. I definitely want to be playing more cantrips, but it's tricky. I like to include quite a bit of main deck action instead of being more cut dry. Just find the smaller numbers. A lot of these decks are starting to play P and Kieran, uh, 2-click for snap, and that's fine. Um, that lets you open up a little more for stuff like Electrolyze and Opt. I think Electrolyze is a fine, good card, but it's still a little clunky for my taste, and I don't think it's always the most impactful card. Eh, the floor is still at cycles, but I want my cards to do a little more than that. I understand that anger can sometimes just be a dead card, especially against control, where maybe I'm just throwing it out there to, empty my hand, get rid of a Snapcaster. Other times against humans, against Dredge, against Affinity, main deck, it just really keeps you in the game. Um, in the sideboard, we have, one of just situational stuff. Engineer Explosives is a tricky one. It's a nice one, too. You can argue that you want to play it main board in some cases, but our 2-drop slot is Snapcaster, and I really like being able to throw down a Snapcaster and start beating face. Against something like Burn, it's not that impactful. Anger does about the same thing on the same rate. Uh, the Madcap experiment's really where I see a lot of discussion. I think the 3-1 split is the best way to slip it into the sideboard without dedicating an excessive number of slots. But on that same note, because you only play 3 pieces, if you get that one Empyrean and you never see a Snapcaster or a Jace, you're stuck with it. You're not putting it to the bottom, you're not getting rid of it. You have to hope you can get up to 8 mana and hard cast it. And again, something like Burn, that's a tall order. But This is where my build differs a little bit. I play a third click in the side, uh, and that lets me just move it around a little more. I'm not going to keep an opening hand with Platinum Imperium on it. That's an auto mull right there. I'm going to look for one of my two Madcap, 3 land, a Serum Vision, and probably a Mana Leak. That's the best I can ask for against Burn. And against Affinity, you get a little more time. Main deck of Braids, Bolts, Anger the Gods means you're stopping what they're doing real quick. You want to leave in Cryptic Commands, at least 2, because understand you don't want to go too heavy on your 4-drop slot. Jace is coming out against Affinity. PK is a phenomenal card there. And one thing I one thing to consider against Affinity is Engineer Explosives. It's one of those cards that feel like it's going to be great, and their 2-drop slot is very heavy. You see Arcbound Ravager, Plating, Steel Overseer, and a few other goodies that vary by build, but I, that's not where their bulk is. You see a few high-end pieces on 3 in the form of a Edge Champion and not Steel Overseer, the blue one that pumps everything and gets pumped. I forget the name, but it lends itself a little more. It diversifies them a bit, and if you're popping an engineer explosives on 0, you're getting Memnites, you're getting Ornithopters, you're getting uh oh my gosh, can I remember Mox Opal. You're getting a Mox. And that's fine, but that's not where the power is. So I don't feel you lose a lot by not being able to include engineer explosives. So that's my consideration. It's also engineer explosives is also phenomenal against Bogles. It's your it gets you in the game. In the past when I've shaved on engineer explosives, I've felt myself trying to bring in Madcap, and they can't kill it, but you're suddenly stuck in a stalemate where you have to counter the removal that comes off the top. It might not be a lot. You're going to see a couple paths, but they're probably going to get to it before you can really stabilize, before you have all the counter magic. And you have to remember, you don't have all the counter magic here. And you're really not winning at that point. But let's get into it. Match 1. So how's everyone doing tonight? Kind of early for me. I normally don't get to stream on Tuesdays.
Your game can start.
And there's the first one.
Your game has started.
3 land and a braid, a blood moon. Yeah, let's keep a couple fetches, keep them on their toes. And they're on the play. Let's see what they got. Cavernous Souls. This is probably humans, and this isn't a bad one to have. Let's get the Misty Rainforest out and pass. This could be humans. That's real popular right now. It could be fish. A braid is going to be doing a lot of work here. You also don't want to get caught under Thalia. It could happen right now. Thalia Freebooter is probably the worst combination for us. Botanical Sanctum. This might be blue-green fish. That's my first thought. Yep, it's fish. This is a much more synergized creature deck, so you gotta pick them apart a little bit. Thankfully, they're not going to interact with us all that much. We want to get our double red out real quick. Given their start, we want to get the Aether Vial off the battlefield. But we also don't want to take too much damage off their lords. It's going to be a little while before we can get a Blood Moon down. So Toss this out. You kind of have to force the action. They've got 4 cards in hand. They kind of push their hand out a little quicker. Hopefully they don't have the curse catcher. Get rid of this little lord and hope we can get by unscathed. They probably have a 1-drop to put in on the instep. Yeah. And I really feel we've got really good odds against Merfolk, especially blue-green Merfolk. Our counters aren't going to be great, but they never are against Aether Vial decks. But we can catch them off guard a little better. Ooh. And they are trying to take us off red. Thankfully, we can go Scalding Tarn Mountain, play Blood Moon. We're going to take 3 here. It's going to hurt a little bit. We can potentially try to lock them out, and then they're just playing off the top. We can Snapcaster or Braid. This makes the best use of our mana right now, and opens us up to be able to anger the gods. So we're going to do that. Now we've got double red again. We're going to pass it back. Next turn, we're going to take 5 at least. And hopefully that sets us up to be able to Snapcaster or Braid. They're on 3 cards. We can probably have locked something out, at least a 1 or a 3-drop. I'm betting they have another Lord in hand. Yep, take 5. Let's see if we're taking 7. He must have something going on. He might have another Aether Vial. Ooh, another Snapcaster. That's nice. Something on the instep. We're gonna respond here. Just not give them an opportunity. Make sure they can't just, double up on lords. Another thing to remember about Merfolk, their lords can't block most of the time. Makes it a little easier to manage those. It's the other small creatures that get real annoying. And here, let's let them get that other lord down. Guessing another Master of the Pearl Trident. Silver Gill Adept. Okay. Card advantage. We can deal with that. We're okay. We really want to... So he's going to get in here for 5, or for 4. Take this down to 5. We're really looking for an anger of the gods at this point. And, we're doing what we can. It's just, this is how the deck operates. I'm surprised to see Dismember main. If we get an island, we've got a turn. We're on a 3-turn clock right now, if he doesn't vial in another lord. Which I think he's pretty dry on lords right now. Ooh, Click's a good one. And is it worth it? Snapcaster gets us a block anyway. And, yeah. We're going to go to instep. If they try and respond with Vile, we're going to click them in response. This gives us a blocker. Let's clear out the Aether Vial target. Hopefully they just don't have another Dismember target. Oh my goodness. They had the second Dismember. Well, hopefully we can take them off a... or not. Yeah, they kind of just had the nut. They got it. Well, that's disappointing. Can shave a Blood Moon here. I think they're good enough. Uh, most of our counter magic is pretty bad here. Good place to start. I forget how the bounce one reads, but Engineer Explosives is phenomenal. We got 2 slots left. You can make an argument for Jace being too slow and swapping PK out for that, and then bring the Blood Moon back in. Because Blood Moon, despite how that game ended, did do the work we expected it to. He just had the removal for the blocks. He had everything he kind of needed. Yeah, I'm going to cut the Jaces, bring in the PKs, and put the Blood Moon back. And that's how we're going to roll. We're red heavy now. Red
Your game has
heavy.
started.
And this isn't terrible. Got Nopt, moved our library, got Polluted Delta Sulfur Falls in the form of extra red, and we've got some early interaction. Yeah, we're going to keep it. Just going to play a Polluted Delta path. If they start on anything crazy, we can bolt it. But we can just wait. Yeah. Nah. Yeah, we'll take it. Chances are it's just a fog, but I'm alright with that. They might, if they try to take us off red, we'll bolt in response. I don't think it's good enough here. I'd rather, I'm sorry, talk to myself a little more than I should. Should be talking to you guys. Yeah, I'll take one. Let me update this real quick. Yeah, take one. All good. Spreading Seas, bolts. Down to 5 cards. We've got another red source in hand. We're not going to play that right away. Go up to 6. And we're just kind of drawing land. Not great. I think we're going to try and get them in their upkeep. They don't have an Aether Vial, which is where Click is really good here. Just take them off what they're trying to put down and slow their tempo a bit. Let's get some information, because they've got a few more cards than we want them to have. And we're not really doing anything else right now. Blue-green Lord, nothing special. Dispel. Need to keep that in mind. They're not playing that right now. Or that, so... yeah, we're going to take the Silver Gill Adept. The draw spell, and it kind of incentivizes them to they won't be able to do anything. Because the next spell they cast when they get blue, if they don't get it now, will be will use all their blue mana. So that opens us up to use Cryptic Command. Oh, cheeky. I like it, but they didn't hit that extra land. So they've got a Dispel and a Spell Pierce in hand, and we got them to use their Spreading Seas on themselves. So we're looking all right. Still mana screwed, which happens, now and again to these low to the ground decks. In the past, this has really been a problem matchup for Blue Moon. It really gets in under your counter magic. It really doesn't care what you're doing on the. Hmm. They chose to play Hardbringer. Could return my Vendilion Click if it wants to. He had two of these in hand, just a 2-turn clock. We can cast it again. Yeah, I'm alright with that. Target click. I'll play click again. Nice thing about playing all these flash threats that when their draw kind of lines up this way, it doesn't amount to anything. What else they got going on over here? So, still got the spell. I haven't picked up another land. Mara Regery. We got 2 spell pierces and a dispel. That is a lot of counter magic. Yeah, we're gonna leave it. Worst case scenario, they get a land, they try to make us fight, and they dispel. They're really hurting. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in hand. And arguably their most powerful one is the Mara Regery. So yeah, we're gonna let them keep that. Could have taken a Lord. I don't think that's the plan of action right now. A bit of a oversight on my part. I definitely would be careful with how much red you bring in. Blue is free, but red is not necessarily the case. They've got Spreading Seas. They could have Seas Claim. They might play some number. There's the extra land. Yeah, and we know about the Spell Pierce and Spell Snare and Dispels. We've got a few Lords in hand, so we need to be a little more careful. They're going to start pecking in here for 5. But we've still got a slight advantage right now. Play Sulphur Falls. Right now, I think we can afford to try and race. We've got them on a 4-turn clock. They've got us on a 3-turn clock. We've got a Cryptic Man and a PK in hand. And we're trying to get up to, got 4, 5, 6. We can definitely try to counter whatever they play. Which, is always the plan. They have to use the Dispel here. That goes down. They attack for 7, and we can't shoot anything. We can't block anything either. Yeah, Dispel and Spell Pierce. They got both. It's they were mana screwed early on, so it's kind of tough here. I think I'm not gonna get a good place to use this, so I'm gonna use it here. Counter, draw. Dispel. Yep. Yeah. Attack in here for 7. We're on a 1 turn clock. We need anger now. That's a start. Can't block anything because Island Walk, Island Walk. They've got double dispel or double. Oh no, we're just dead anyway. They've got the green blue lord in hand. I can block here, kill one, because I'll be able to block because one won't have Island Walk. Pass here, block other. Bolt one lord, block the other. Dead as fuck. Probably. We're just trying to buy a little bit of time. They might just jam the blue green lord here. Nah, it doesn't matter that much. Make him work for it. That last little bit. Bolt, block, take a bunch. I like to see him try for double spell pierce. One down. Okay. It's not horrid. This gives us outs. We can play PK. We can block a lord. Because green can't block that one. And that'll be a 3-3. 4. We're trying to work it back in. Play land that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Um, yeah, I should have. I'm not totally confident in my timing online, and I didn't want to get put into a situation that's super unfavorable. And they've still got a Marrow Reejerey in hand, so can't forget that. I should attack, but I want to make them think. They might. I'm hoping they're going to have to either play a Lord or swing out, because swinging out gets them the game right now. Unless they have 3 Dispel, or a Dispel and a Dispel or 3 Spell Pierce, we buy an extra turn. Misplay. Yeah, yeah, probably should be. That's what they used to call me. Misplay Mason. Try to get past it. Some things just live on. That's an Aether Vial. They've starting to get into instant speed. My first inclination is tap the team and draw a card. Are there any advantages to anything else? They can't play the speaker again just yet. And we're digging for anger or another land. That forces them to play it on their turn. If we get another land, another red source specifically, we can PK down the Lord and then block the Harbinger. We know about a second Lord in hand and Marrow Reejerey, so I think it means about the same. They're starting to move at instant speed now. Yeah, we're just going to draw the card. An engineer, yeah, one engineer explosives gets us out of this pretty easily. And anger the god gets us out of this pretty well. Um, Snap bolt, maybe, probably not. Ugh, not what we wanted. Ugh, this is pretty horrid. We can draw the snap, so that leaves us with the ability to snap, bolt a Lord, have 2 blockers up. I can play another land. Yeah, we're gonna bottom the Serum Visions. Discard the. We're just gonna discard the land. Yep. We're just buying time. I can't remember if they've got another Master in hand. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. If they've got another one, we're in trouble anyway. We're dead. Do a little bit of blocking and hopefully get out of one more turn. Mike is cool. Fucking Wisniewski. Uh, Mararidgery. Yep. Easy blocks. Another PK. Well, it's not the worst thing. We can play PK. That gives us 2 more blockers. Another one for the Mararidgery. We can block here, double block here, because they'll have another Lord. But whenever you cast a Merfolk. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't block all my little blockers, so let this go. Respond here. Trying to limit what they're doing. Oh gosh, another Mar. Oh, jeez. Oh goodness. That is an issue. That is a really big issue. Marriage +1/+1 and a tap. You can play the Merfolk. This is a tough one, folks. I think we take the Mararidgery, but I'm not sure. I really don't want to let that sit around. That pairs super well with everything else that's going on. We're going to take the green one. Still not a big fan of this deck. I think mono blue Merfolk's still probably better. Your green man is just a little harder to get online. Plays the Mararidgery. Mararidgery effect. So what are they gonna tap or untap? Oh. Now they get to untap 2. Oh no. Uh, Anger the Gods kills Marrow, kills another one. Still gets us out of this mess. That is not an Anger the Gods. Get another Mother Island go. There it is. Can I get something, please? Nah, just a third click. Never lucky. And blue-green Merfolk gets us. Yep. Try to keep it close. Didn't go as well as we wanted.
Your game.
Ooh, another one real quick.
Your game has started.
All right. There's that anger we couldn't find. This is a tough one. We've got a lot of our high-end stuff, our late game stuff, and that really doesn't do what we want right now. If we had one more land, I'd probably keep it, but nah, I don't. It's not good enough. Throw that one back. And that's considerably better. Push that to the bottom. We're just going to fetch anyway. If I could not skip through my main phase. Hmm. 2 cards in the graveyard. Another Serum Visions. Yeah, we're going to keep the Logic Knot. Jund. Maybe. Probably. Oh. I'm glad I kept the Logic Knot. It's Ponza. Just pass here. Could have played the Sulphur Falls and bolted, but it's of little consequence. Show me that red source. Show me that Stone Rain. Oh. Maybe not. I do feel bad for not leaving that bolt up. He's trying to power something out. And I'm not inclined to let him keep it. 4 mana. Anything too big is pretty meh. What the heck? Uh, sure? Fertile Ground? Whenever a land is tapped for mana, its controller adds 1 mana of any color to it. It's another. Why is my Temple Garden broken? Oh, it's an expedition. It's another Utopia Sprawl. Okay. Well, this is jank. Not really what we're looking to play. Nothing too serious. If you're just joining us, this is game 2. This is game 1 of match 2. Uh, we lost to blue-green Merfolk. They kind of just did their thing and ran us over. Trying to get something started. It really doesn't matter. You could play the Skull and Shine, hold the Logic Knot, get the second Cryptic, but then you're still letting go of the Stormbreath Dragon. So, well, we need to keep a way to. What do you think? Should we bottom the Cryptic because we already have one, or keep the counter magic flowing? I'm thinking about keeping the counter magic flowing, despite a need to end the game soon enough. You also didn't play a third land, so we're gonna keep the counter magic flowing. So, jank, fertile ground. That'll use the Utopia Sprawl, land. You can put on the Overgrown Tomb. And just let it happen. I think we're gonna bolt on the instep. Ooh, there's something we want. Bottom deck the bolt, because he flipped over a lot of cards in the graveyard and we didn't pick up anything we wanted, or we didn't see anything we wanted. I cannot complete a thought today. He flipped a lot and didn't see any creatures, so I'm not too concerned about a bolt. If I could not misplay terribly on this. Okay, missed a land drop by accident. It's whatever. Now he's picked up a land. Cool. Eidolon of Blossoms. He's built a constellation deck in Modern. Stop that dead in its tracks. Got another Arbor Elf? Gonna feel real foolish for letting go of that bolt. If you're new, I'm trying to get into a regular streaming schedule, and everything I stream I gonna put online. I do mostly X Mage. It's just the cheapest option I have right now. Mm, nah. Now we're pretty clear to just Cryptic Man him into oblivion. If we can get through this next turn with no issues, because, 3, 4, 5 mana available, you can do a bit with that. We can click on the end step. Voyaging Satyr on top of land. Yeah, I feel fine with that, just because we have a click and a couple of commands. And Voyaging Satyr is pretty replaceable. Interesting. It's got reach, so it's kind of an issue for Vendilion click. So we're going to counter this. Got 4 cards in hand. Could have a lot going on. It's really hard to tell. Oh, I missed an opportunity. I could have bounced the land and set him back real far. Not bad. Okay with that. Cut him off black. This is looking to be pretty good, folks. Cryptic Man on his next big thing. Return his forest to his hand. Follow up with a Blood Moon. Click on his upkeep and take away anything he might have. He's still got double green and a Voyaging Satyr, so he can do stuff. But we're going to set him back pretty far. Oh, look, another Satyr. Another untap my lands bit. So 3. Voyaging Satyr. 3 cards in hand. He's already played. Creature for turn. He could untap his forest with all that. We're gonna counter, turn target permanent to instant. Counter this, return to forest. Wonder if he recognizes the play. He might just let it happen. If he does, it's a real good play for us. It also tells me he's got nothing else probably going on in his hand. Yep, he recognizes it. He might have something else going on. It'll give him 4 mana. He'll have 4 5s. Whip of Erebos. Okay. I can Blood Moon that out of use. I'm okay with that. But now the creatures have lifelink. Opponent doesn't like that. Imagine that. See what he's got going on in hand. Anger wouldn't be a bad card to come off the top. Just a nice, clean way to deal with these mana dorks. Enchantment spells cost 1 less. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of Herald. And just let him do his thing. And he got something. There he goes. Took one thing, let him get another. This is the more problematic card. If he ever attacks this, we are going to block. And now he's going to start drawing cards, so we need a little more action. Missing that tempo play in the early game. Oh no. I recognize that. And the perfect. We're doing it, folks. Our deck likes us. Get in for 3. Clean this up with the anger. And just try and draw him out. It's always fun to anger people. Anger under a blood moon, especially. He's looking for action, so let's see what he finds. Ooh, another Eidolon of Blossom. That's annoying. And that's not what we wanted to see, so pass it back. He'll play his Blossoms. If he gets another land, he can play that other thing that draws him cards. The Mana Bloom. And he's working himself out of it. I don't know if he has any black mana naturally. He's kind of getting lucky. Can we get anything? Click's not bad. Let him do his thing for a quick second. I kind of want to click myself. Just get through a few cards. He's gone through a lot. He's probably looking for another Utopia Sprawl. That we can get black mana again. Ooh, crap. I should have taken the bloom. But he presents me with a good opportunity. He might have a second one. Let's hope he doesn't. Take his mana bloom. Leave him with a tougher time to draw cards. Or do they see themselves? Ooh. Or another. Oh my gosh. He's hitting land. He's doing better than we are right now. One Eidolon of Blossoms in the graveyard. 2 here. Another anger. Snapcaster would be nice. Help us clean this board up a bit. Clean this board up a bit. Ah. I doubt he'll attack. What he's working with is way too valuable. Chase the Mind Sculptor. I'm pretty okay with that. Let's be predictable and draw 3 cards. Kill an Eidolon. Block with click. Nah, no attacks. While losing Jace isn't the worst thing, it's a nice bit of action right now when here where the game state's kind of stalled. It also lets us, stop another one of these guys if it comes down. Doesn't have a lot of 2-drops, I imagine, but it's more action than we had with a couple of lands sitting in hand. And that's something we can stop. And that's a good reason to hold this Spell Snare. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't attack. Getting caught up trying to... Losing Jace would be bad. And getting caught up here when he starts to just gain life and work himself up a bit doesn't really do anything for us. I imagine he might attack with the Herald. It's a way for him to gain life. Oh, no. Didn't. Good for us. And let's just try and Jace our way out of this. And that's a whole lot of land. Goodness. We're gonna keep that. The bad thing about this, we are kind of stuck. We've brainstorm locked ourselves, folks. No, gonna gain a card, draw a card, gain a life. He's doing it now. He has access to black mana again. Doomwake Giant. I lose Jace. He'll attack. We're in a bit of trouble. This is definitely weird. And black, yep. That's it. 1 mana of any color. What? Excuse me? This is literally that old black-green Enchantments deck from Standard. This is something. Yeah, we're gonna lose Jace here. We've got 2 land on top of our library. And we're facing down 4, 8. A lot. Yeah. We're dead, surprisingly. Yeah. I did not expect that. That is not how I thought that was going to go. Bring in Counterflux, bring in our own god. Bring in Madcap Experiments. Here, I think a Braid is bad enough. There's nothing going on, really. I think now that he's seen Blood Moon, it's really bad. Make an argument for the Platinum Empyrean combo. They didn't show any ways to really deal with big creatures, but I don't think it's really good enough. Anger of the Gods did enough work. I'm happy to leave it in. A lot of his enchantments are just his creatures, so eh, yeah, we'll run it back.
Your game has started.
Run this out. Having a rough time of it today. That's solid. We'll keep that. All right, he's down to 5. Ooh. Yeah, I think keeping the Storm Breath in the early game was probably the right call. It would have given us a threat and probably allowed us to close out the game quickly enough, especially through the angers. We just need to make sure we hit our land drops at this point because we've got tons of action, a lot to get us through this early game. We just cannot afford to stumble. Probably get a swamp this time, huh, buddy? There it is. Okay. 3 cards left in hand. Let's not let him try to refill because he get multiple cards. It's arguable about negate versus mana leak here. I think mana leak's gonna get worse, so we'll run it out. It's still early enough that we could probably get value off both, and this is a guaranteed hit for negate. But I like this play a little more. If we hit one more land, we're pretty golden. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. One, this is a relatively new stream still. We're trying to get everything kind of squared away, everything where it needs to be. If there are any wonky or weird decks you want me to play, let me know. More than willing to. Got a pet deck of my own on here. Mono green Modern Marvel. Nice little combo deck. Lots of fun. Probably never seen it before. Just anything I can do to make the stream more enjoyable. That's what we like to see. Has another chance to play a 2-drop if he wants with Arbor Elf plus land drop. Yep. Yeah, and here's where it's coming back together. So we could have negated that, and now he's got a little more wiggle room off this mulligan. And we are absolutely fine with that. Gonna get our other steam vents. We don't want to. I would love to get the mountain here, but that opens us up to getting our other mountain or one of our other non-red blue sources. They're few and far between, but it's a legitimate concern. The Desolata. There we go. Listen up, Mike is cool. buddy of mine, also Mike, is gonna get a Mike is cool 420 so he can talk shit back. Take that, huh? He's drawing pretty well. He's got one card left in hand. I imagine something big that just can't cast. Oh my goodness. If we can get another land, it'd be spectacular. Oh my gosh. We just looked at so many cards. We just did not find another land. That's how it goes sometimes. Now I've got a logic knot and a gate and just gotta clean up this board that's starting to get away from us. I can't believe I'm seeing this. Okay, there's something. He's got one card left in hand. We've got a negate and a logic knot. And we can kind of start to make some tempo plays. We'll take a couple here on the instep. And if nothing crazy happens, we'll bounce, play Jace, bounce again, and start to clean up his board. Not a bad utility card. Still a little wonky, still a little weird. Nothing I would mess with. Oh, and remember what I was saying? That desolate lighthouse, that non-blue source, it came back. I already played a land for turn. I can counter bounce, take two, and no, because he can literally play it again. We'd be looking for another. We'd be looking for a Snapcaster to flash the anger back. I think that's about the same. We're gonna counter draw here. He's trying to get ahead on mana, and that's not really good for us because we know what comes on the end of his curve. Would have been real nice if you tapped bad and just overgrown Tomb Swamp for the Voyaging Satyr. Okay, that's not bad. That gives us protection for Jace. Lets us Storm Breath. Start getting in there. Take 4 here. We're on a 3-turn clock. Storm Breath to block. Haven't seen anything too crazy out of him. We can Jace, bounce, hold up Logic Knot. Yeah, we're kind of just in for the ride this turn. I can't imagine he has a whole lot. He has the God. He could play that easy. That'd be turn this into a real shit show, but a land is fine. No way he attacks. I know that pushing pressure where you can, but you lose both. It's not worth it. One, two, three, four. Get a little Jace down. Activating his Nyx Weaver in response, huh? Perfect insight. Oh, he just gave us a target. He's trying to refill his hand. Ability has been fizzled. Really? Oh. Okay. That's even better. I thought it was just, you know, pay 3, return a card to your hand. That means this specs every time. That would be broken. Now he's got 2 cards in hand. See if he'll play a land first. Easy peasy. Let's see what else you got. Ooh. Nothing going on. Okay, this is pretty much in the bag. Start to lock this guy out. Yeah, we're gonna put that on the bottom. Opponent's wondering if we sided in the Storm Breath. Nah. Get some little bitty blockers out there, and just start to beat face. One more land, and we can really start to just end this. If you're new to the stream, new to finding me on YouTube, not surprising, I'm fairly new to this myself. I'm trying to get to SCG Louisville right now. Any help you can spare is appreciated. I'm 4 points off presently from getting an invite, so anything helps. Uh, yeah, he's commenting on that interesting spec. The uh, the negate is definitely one that's an interesting call. I brought it in just because I thought there was a lot going on here. Probably wrong after and suddenly I've moved through combat. Well, that was a mistake. Cancel skip. Don't want to skip through on accident. Anger. Do we got any bolts hanging out in the graveyard? I don't think we do. Throw that and that back. Yeah, we should be wrapping up game 2 in a minute here. Need to keep this up to date. I'm real bad about that. Another one, huh? Do we let this resolve? We're not going to find a land here. We can throw 4 at his face. We can throw 6 at his face. Yeah, let it resolve. He goes up to 10. He's got 1 card in hand. We can negate that if we want to. Yeah, this is easy mode. Easy mode. Not a lot going on top. Oh, he can block the Weaver with the bottom deck that. Draw Mind Sculptor. Actually, no. Put a Snapcaster down. Could have Cryptic Command. It's small point. Probably should have. Not too worried about it. Just another body. Another Snapcaster. Yeah, we'll take that one. That lets us attack for 4, 5, 6, 8. Not too much to worry about. And we've worked past some of our dead cards. Jace. See what's going on top. Bolt, snap, bolt. Easy. So we attack here. Blocks 2, blocks Storm Breath. Blocks either the 2 power. That's 2. Oh, what am I doing? I can snap, cryptic, bolt. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Um, getting back into that mode. Another Snapcaster trigger resolve. Cryptic. Tap all creatures draw a card. And another Snapcaster. Classic. And the opponent sees it too. It's a good one. Our opponent was questioning the negate, so I think it's worth it as a 2 of. It's never going to be that bad. We see a lot of enchantments flying on their side, so it's never going to be dead. I definitely think that game my timing could have been better. If I had negated up front and held the mana leak, I could have slowed his momentum down even more, kept him from getting so much life and adding a turn to the game, which a turn can swing a game. So things to consider, things to be more
Your
cognizant of.
game has started.
Ooh, bad hand. That's an instant mulligan. That's a little better. We'll keep that. Ship that. See what we can do. Opponent's got free reign. He didn't see a blood moon, so maybe he could. He might be setting up for a wayfinder. I think the bolt's more important. Definitely could have shocked here. I'm not in huge trouble over 2 life. They're not hitting me that hard. Turn 2, Wayfinder, something. I think Spell Snare is just plan A. Ooh, and he's missing land drops. See if I can punish him. If he misses another one, then we just go for the Snapcaster. Yeah, a Blood Moon would be real nice here. Cut him off all his colors and put him down a turn. Just get something going. We've got cards stuck in our hand, and we are about to miss a land drop. So I'm not in the mood for that. Click is a fine pickup. Did any of you that may have doubts about Click, I think it's one of the best cards you can be playing in these Blue Moon decks. In the control matchups, it's a phenomenal card, specifically against Blue White and Blue White X, where you may have a hard time resolving a Blood Moon normally. Click just opens it up wide for you to just be able to push it. You click on their upkeep, or I'm sorry, on their end step, you take away a piece of counter magic, and that really informs you about what you need to play around going forward. Just hit those land drops. Yeah, leave them both on top. Yeah, I think we're pretty good this game. We've got Crypt Command coming in a little bit. We could push for another Snapcaster if we wanted to. I don't think that's the best use of Snapcaster at this point, because we know we're gonna hit land 5, which means Cryptic Command, Lightning Bolts on the table, and going forward, Snapcaster, Cryptic Man comes back up, and that's one of the most powerful plays I think you can be making. Okay. I could punish him, because he's missing land drops. Yeah, we'll let that resolve. He's got 5 cards in hand, and he's trying to just mount something. The question is, do we let him try and make a move? Because the issue I have with just bouncing and here drawing a card, because he can pick it right up again, and play a 2-drop. But I think that's good enough. We're setting him so far behind. And this is a trick you can use on pawns. It's not as good there, but if you see double Utopia Sprawl hanging out, go for it. They only ever do that when they're very desperate. And it normally plays off really well. Return target permanent, draw a card, bounce that, make him pay 2 more. That's also a nice thing to remember. And we're set up for that Snap Cryptic. One of my pet cards for this deck a while back was Into the Royal, and it got me out of some sticky situations. And there we go. We beat this jank deck that was really trying to be something, trying to do its thing. And there are a lot of the small archetypes. And this is why I believe Modern is probably the best format. You can try these super weird, super out there niche decks, and you can make them work. I'm gonna play another game with Blue Moon, and then I'm gonna throw up a game of this modern Marvel deck. I think it's just annoyingly funny, and while I do enjoy me some Blood Moon, some Bolts, some Snapcasters, I just can't help but enjoy myself when I play that deck. It fails terribly, but it wins so spectacularly. It's just great. It's so much fun. So if anybody wants to share, anybody out there, uh, let me know who you are. I can feel free to give a shout out. Where you are, who you are, where you're from, favorite card, best win if you remember it well enough. Yeah, you've probably heard me before. X Mage, while a fantastic free product, is still a free product. There aren't a lot of tournaments that go around here, so getting those consistent, uh, playing skilled opponents that want to keep playing, um, doesn't always happen. Here we're just
Your game can start.
searching for searching for a player,
Your game
searching
has
for an opponent.
started.
This is a fine hand. 3 land, a couple cantrips. Um, if it's something like Jund or discard, we're in pretty good shape. Helps us rebuild. Get the stuff we need. Ooh, this is a hollow one deck. That's no fun. No turn one play is surprising though, so keep an open mind about what's going on here. Could be something weird. Yeah, 2 islands. Starting to pick up our land. We don't need that much. If anybody out there is looking to test, I definitely agree that X Mage is a good place to get your reps. It's not going to be as competitive as Moto is, just because Moto's a paid for product. People want to be there all the time. That's why they paid for the product. But if you're just looking to test, looking to get some your reps in, try something, see if a card is clunky or not. Because trust me, I've thought about a card that would be really good. Just turns out to be the clunkiest thing you've ever seen. So I definitely think you should give Moto a try or X Mage a try if you're looking for something to get your cards kind of ideaed through. Probably gonna show me that bolt now. Braid. I'll take that. I don't want to leave a Dark Confidant uncontested for too long. Even one flip is tough beats. Everything I do here goes on um, my YouTube page. That's also fairly new. There's not a ton of content. Ooh, that's a Bloodbraid Elf. That's gonna hurt. Blood Moon ain't doing anything about that one. And this is really the cornerstone match. This is what they've tried to build Modern up to be. He sees islands, sees steam vents. He might know we're a Blood Moon deck. He might go and get his swamp. And there it is. Our Blood Moon is basically dead. I don't want to feed a Tarmogoyf, but goodness me. We're going to get rid of the Blood Moon. It's not doing anything here. Yeah, 2 damage. Fine. Bring it on, Bob. Knowing my luck, I'll kill the Bob with the Abrade, and it'll just come back off the Dark Confidant. It's a way to win, remember that. Dark Confidant is double-edged sword. Discarded a land there. We're trying to get up to 5 land so we can play our Storm Breath. They're going to Bloodbraid here. That is going to happen. These matchups are definitely easier when they don't show up with a Tenna discard, but variance all the way. It's a card for a card. That might turn into a land, in which case I'm well enough discarding that. Get the other Steam Vents. There it is. Yeah, I'll pay 2. That is something to consider, but I think we're going to bottom deck that. Yeah. Get rid of that. We can play a land, abrade the BBE on our next turn. That'll probably draw some number of probably a bolt. And we're getting real close to super grind time. The hallmark of every Jund deck. No cards in hand, draw off the top, control a planeswalker. And here it comes. Don't be a Tarmogoyf. Don't be something super bad. Bolt. Ugh. Yeah, we're going to take that bolt. And now we're going to 7. Ugh. Getting real close. Yeah. And Liliana's starting to make her way up, so things to consider. I wouldn't even be surprised if they had another Bloodbraid Elf in hand. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to pass here. Do it in response to anything. We'll discard a land to Liliana. That'll set us up for land Storm Breath. They'll tick if they don't have a strict removal spell like a Terminator or a Dreadbore already. It'll take an entire turn to deal with Storm Breath. Our plan? Scoos. Yeah, that's alright. Oh. There's a Tarmogoyf. Didn't get any spell snares or anything. A little disappointing. Tarmogoyf's a big boy right now, though. That's gonna hit like a truck. I think he showed a Scooz, so he'll get rid of that. Yeah, got rid of Scavenging Ooze. I really don't have a way to deal with a Scavenging Ooze that big, or a Tarmogoyf that big. One of the bigger problems. He's got Black Red up. He's probably gonna terminate. That Blood Moon from before is coming back to get us a little bit. It fights for the wrong side. Okay, 0 cards in hand. Storm Breath, kill Lily, or shoot down Lily. We're in okay shape. We're still jump blocking a Goyf, but it could be worse. You could have 2 Goyfs. Tough game. It's been a long time since I've played Jund, and it's just as Jundy. A spell snare here or there would have been appreciated. Snapcaster just gets chumped by the, or eaten by the Tarmogoyf. Ugh. Maybe I'll cut it short today, guys. My roommate's getting a little pesty. Got a real good hit. They've had a real good curve. Thing is, I have to chump block the Tarmogoyf. Is it another Tarmogoyf? Feel like it's another Tarmogoyf. Could be a Maelstrom Pulse. Not too good for us either. Yeah, he's getting his timing wrong. Probably a little new to X-Mage. Okay, Scavenging Ooze isn't too bad. Messes with our Snapcasters and such. Sure, okay. I'll get rid of my Skull and Tarn. Yeah, I'm kind of just dead coming up here. Because I can Stormbreath down the Lily. He'll attack this turn. I'll block the Tarmogoyf. Doesn't matter if I block now or not. Soon he'll get a bunch more stuff in his graveyard and eat with the Scavenging Ooze, so we're getting pretty close to dead. And if I don't attack with the Storm Breath and try and hold it back as a blocker, he just literally down ticks Liliana. Yeah, that's the game. That's Just how it goes with Jund. That's tough. But you get a few nice things. First of all, a braid's nice, but it's not nearly good enough. Anger's mediocre. You can get rid of a Scoo's turn 1, or the turn it comes down. Relic, Engineer Explosives, Karanos for sure. At this point, I do want PK, and Counterflux is alright. I think I shave a Blood Moon here. I don't want to go without it by any means. Negate might... I grabbed a roast by mistake. This is where it gets tough, because PK is really good here. Click is alright. I think you might shave clicks here. You just want everything to be a 2-for-1 or better. Roast is necessary evil. You need to keep it in to be able to deal with just about anything. Logica is a multifaceted tool. Lets you deal with the size of a Tarmogoyf. Lets you counter stuff late game. Negate, the one negate's fine. They're gonna have enough. I don't. And the second negate's not quite the same. I really like Vanilla and Click. It lets you pressure planeswalkers, but I don't think it's good enough. Yeah, we're gonna pull the clicks and bring in the P and Karen. Really leaves our 3-drop slot as just Snapcaster X,
Your
but
game has started.
I think that's what I want to try. All right, game 2. All right, this gives a way to get there. We have Logic Knot. We'll start with the Scalding Tarn, and we can play a Blood Moon. They might strip our hand of the Blood Moon, but that gives us an opportunity to Logic Knot and get rid of our Blood Moon. You know, a little push and pull. If I'm playing bad by any means that I don't recognize, let me know. Always trying to improve my game a little bit, especially in these super grindy long games. It gets a little hard to remember everything you want to do, remember all the correct sequencing, and some of that is just the medium. Uh, I'm not a fan of online Magic. Um, I'm not. I'm just not as comfortable with it. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not where I prefer to start. Yeah. We're gonna leave the Scalding Tarn sitting around a little while. I want to search for that 4th land. Right now, that Overgrown Tomb and us being on the play means they might not have. Yeah, they got rid of a Blood Moon. It just hampers them a little too much. Leave that there. Look for a 4th land. Another good place. Play the island. That lets us get Scalding Tarn, or I'm sorry, Steam Vents, and hold Bolt Spell Snare. I think if they try another removal spell or discard spell, we will Logic Knot it. I want to get rid of that Blood Moon in my yard pretty badly. And there's a good chance Logic Knot's just what they take. Yeah, they just wanted to buy a little time. Now they get to go search for a swamp. Blood Moon's going to be significantly less impactful here. Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with that. The more mana efficient play would be Bolt here, take 3. But I can just as easily go to my turn, play a Mountain Bolt, hold up Spell Snare, Logic Knot. But if a Blood Moon comes off the top, I still think that it's impactful enough. So yeah, we're gonna take 3 on the instep, bolt out, bolt down this Confidant, and just move on with our lives. He's thinking about something. Hope he didn't time out. Oh, there he goes. Sacrifice this. What does everyone think? Should I go and get the in-stream music extension? That way it doesn't get too stagnant, too silent. All right, this is shaping up pretty well. One more land, and I think we're pretty much golden. Bad thing is we can't hold up Logic Knot and Negate. Or I'm sorry, Logic Knot and Spell Snare. Can do that one if we wanted to right now. Oh. Just stop that right where it is. He might be looking for a land, or he's got a Raging Ravine in hand. Oh, he's in no hurry to do anything. If you're new or miss any of my content, I am trying to add that to my YouTube channel right now. There's not a lot going on right now. There's a little bit of cube, some other testing sessions, but we'll get there. We'll start to fill it up. Um, Another thing I'm trying to deal with right now, I would like it to get a better mic. I don't like the way my voice sounds over the stream. I don't think it represents exactly what I am, what my voice sounds like to me at the very least. And maybe that's everyone. If anybody recommends any settings I can change to correct that, I'm all ears. Yeah, we missed our land drop. We need to kind of tread this carefully. We could pop the relic early. That kind of neuters our logic knot. I think he'll let us get through this turn pretty pretty easy. Relic's one of those cards that just kind of sucks online. It takes more time than it does in the real world. Come on, land. Not quite. Um, Good way to deal with Tarmogoyf if it ever gets down. But still missing land. Another Blood Moon would be not half bad. Lets us deal with that Raging Ravine pretty cleanly. I think if he attacks with the Raging Ravine this coming turn, we pop the Relic because he doesn't have to do anything. He played a threat I can't counter. I can't do anything to, and I really need to try and stop that. That opens us up on the back half of his turn. If I get Relic, get the Bolt, kill the Raging Ravine, because then he can just cast anything. Never mind. I'm I'm blanking here. No, he can't cast anything if he activates the Raging Ravine. Yep. Goes to attack. Declare. Trigger on the attack. So, Relic. Come on, Bolt. No Bolt. Take 4 here. Not a fun way to spend this turn. Just not getting a lot of the good variants today. Cascade Bluffs. Fun card. And there's a Blood Moon on top. Leave that right where it is. Leave up this Logic Knot for 2. And this Negate. Could totally ambush Viper this Raging Ravine. Because it's going to take it to 8. And then hopefully he doesn't pick up a fetch land, a green fetch land. Now that's a good target. That I'm absolutely fine with. Good use for mana. Takes him off. He's not attacking us with a Raging Ravine. That's all we're doing this turn. And now we get to play a Blood Moon. It's our last Blood Moon though, folks. Ooh, that feels good. Hopefully he's not sandbagging that second red source, or that red source. I'm sorry, green source. I know what I want to say. If I could say it, wouldn't have a problem. He's got mountains. And we've got one more blue source coming off the top. Next turn, get that island, play PK, and start to get back into this game. You can bolt PK, obviously, but it's going to take a lot of his resources. And with an Engineering Explosives hanging around, we're not too hurt for ways to deal with the Tarmogoyf that may resolve. I'm curious about his build, if there's two swamps or one of each, because Field of Ruin really did a number on how Jund was building itself. Because before that, Jund was 2 swamps, 2 forests, and that kept it pretty consistent. It could play its own Blood Moons with ease. It wasn't really having any trouble with anything. And then Field of Ruin came in. It's like, you need to have a mountain, otherwise I'm going to cut you off red. I think he picked up a discard spell. Yeah. It's anything you want. Probably going to take the Snapcaster. Logic Knot has some merits, so does Engineering Explosives, but Snapcaster's just hyper value. It's the 2-1 that our deck has at the earliest, has on top. PK is one of those cards I absolutely love. I think it and Snapcaster just pair so well together, especially in a deck that gets to play Kolaghan's Command as well. One of my first iterations of Grixis that did really well took a lot of influence from Gerard Fabiano's Sultai deck. You had your four Snapcasters, you had two Tasker and two P and Kieran. After that, you added a Click and a Grimlavamancer. So you have this spectrum of threats that all, for the most part, pay well with Kolaghan's Command. When Kolaghan's Command got involved, I picked it up pretty quickly. This was before Pat Chapin figured out, oh, this card is absolutely nuts. Everyone should be playing this card in spades. And it was just that card. Here I am getting a P and Kieran back to pair with the other Thopters that are already on the field. Get back your Snapcasters. Played in a very fair way. Ooh. Okay. Um, on the play or on the draw, Blood Moon might just be absolutely unplayable. Um, here I kind of want a little more to kill stuff with. If I could get one of those. I don't think Storm Breath is winning us the game the way it normally is. So I'm gonna cut down on the heavy stuff, make Karanos our main win con along with P and Kieran, and throw in some extra kill spells. Make sure we can deal with Bobs. Make sure we can deal with the Skoos. And make sure we don't have to commit a roast to anything but a Tarmogoyf. If you're new to, if you're new, feel free to give a shout out. Uh, let me know if I make any egregious misplays. And we're gonna start game 3 of Jund. I'm probably gonna do one more game after or one more match after this. I was gonna play this mono green modern Marvel deck that I have. Uh, Lots of fun. If you'd like me to play anything else, let me know. More than willing to take suggestions, requests, and just kind of help me keep the stream moving. Don't know what we're waiting on. Oh, Jen's got a massive sideboard that can do just about anything. I know we've had a friend from Scotland on the stream before. On the stream before, um, feel feel free to ask questions.
Your game has started.
There we go. All right, this is a very solid hand. It's a little slow. Um, kind of insulated against any Thoughtseize Inquisition style stuff. And let's just play against their 3-drops. I think this is a very passable hand. A Bolt and some red mana be appreciable, but not going to get everything with every hand. There it is. He either takes the mana leak or the negate. Negate has a little more value going forward, but Mana Link really stops what he's trying to do right now. And it took a Snapcaster, so I'm gonna guess he has more interaction. And there's something. If he had seen that, he would have taken it. Ooh, a relic. I'm gonna bottom deck that cryptic and keep the relic on top. Just let us control the charming glyphs and not really worry about them too much. We're still gonna have a kind of a tough time with any bobs that may come off the top, and taking off a turn, especially his third turn, probably not the best. I think we'll hold back on the relic for now. Try and squeeze that in at a better time. Oh, that's the second mana. So he might be having mana issues. In which case, we would like to see our friendly neighborhood Blood Moon as quickly as possible. Because Twilight Mire does not lend itself well in the early game. It really is the kind of land you want late game, where you found yourself with a lot of Blackleaf Cliffs and not a whole lot of green mana. So you're gonna pass? Weird. Okay. I still don't think it's safe to play this relic. If we can get to next turn, we should be able to hold up both Mana Link and Negate, and I'll feel much safer jamming this relic then. But for now, just yeah, definitely hold. Trying to figure out what's going on in his hand. Since he hasn't shown any red mana, which between Raging Ravine and Blackleaf Cliffs, he is incentivized to play early. I'm gonna guess he doesn't have any, and these might be his only two land. So punishing him here is really what we want to be doing. Just counter the first two things he plays. Okay, never mind. Never mind. It's alright, friend. You can play that Liliana. It's fine. Oh, he's trying to get it right. Filter lands can be a little tricky. Yeah, we're going to hold the Mana Link just because it's more versatile this turn. Okay, what do we got? Another land. I'm alright with that. He knows about the Snapcaster and the Mana Leak still. So, what's on his mind? I'm going to assume there's a Bloodbraid Elf coming up soon. Like this turn. High value card that we can't answer with one card. Double green. Yeah. Still getting that timing down. Still tough. Interesting. Next turn we can hold Snapcaster Mana Leak. So yeah, since we're kind of hurting on land and this this lightning bolt's kind of dead right now, we're gonna take the risk that he has a follow up. Okay, so he's hurting for land too. This this really plays into what we can do, and that's real nice right now. Okay, Scooz is gone. Cool. One less. One less. One less creature down the road. And now we finally have access to red mana. So just hold going into their turn. We're not scared of Dark Confidants anymore, and not terribly scared of anything else that might come off the top. Tarmogoyf is a little concerning still, but we should be able to deal with that in a turn or so. Engineered explosives. He can pop it. Pop it right now. He should play it with the mountain. Oh, is he playing it on 3? Wait a second. That go the way he wanted to? He doesn't have any mana floating. I think X Mage just got in his way. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, Sunburst can. Yeah, Sunburst is broken on X Mage sometimes. Yeah. Again, free software. Take it with a grain of salt. Um, yeah, you have to add your mana. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. We kind of skipped past it. Oh, sorry. I'm so used to like yes being uh, on a computer screen. It's like, would you like to make a change to your to this computer? Left side. Let's see if it works this time. Yep. Sunburst. Pay 1, 2, 3. Value is equal to 3. Should work. There it is. And on with the show. Ooh, I'm gonna crack a fetch land. First blood. Okay, my roommate's getting kind of ticked. We picked up a new game recently called Conan Exiles. Great game. If you ever get a chance, pick it up. I'd bring up the game to help him right now, but it's kind of mature content. Naked people everywhere, dead bodies, blood. Ooh, terrible stuff. Yeah, having just a bigger problem with written words as I am spoken words today. Okay, opponent's starting to make his way out of this issue, and I need to start doing the same. Thankfully, Bolt, Manaleak, Snapcaster kind of deals with. Ooh, that's a tough one. Play discards. Yeah, he did it the wrong. Oh wait, no, no, you can play it that way. Yep. Discard one little old bolt. I want to continue to make my mana, make my land drops. He's got 3 cards in hand. One of them is undoubtedly a Bloodbraid Elf. I'm absolutely sure of that. One thing. Oh my gosh. Just a second. I need to get a move on, but this is such a tentative matchup. Okay, 6 lands. We're good to go. Um, Liliana comes down. We can discard Snap Bolt it. If we could pull a Keranos out, be in really good shape. Didn't cast anything. I wonder what his hand is full of. 1 land. Bolts, sideboard removal, a Maelstrom Pulse. Oh, 1 Liliana. Hmm. I'm gonna have to bolt it. Oh no, I can snap bolt out of the yard. And that'll force a removal spell in turn. And still leave me with a bolt to knock off the Liliana. Each player discards a card, sure. Discarded a Maelstrom Pulse. Okay. Go, go, gadget. Snapcaster Mage. Alright. Gotta bolt the Liliana. Ask to redirect, please. I'd rather not have this screwed up. Yep. Karanos. Karanos. No. No Karanos. But that lets us deal with a Bob or a Goyf pretty easily. Curious what he has in hand. Maybe an Abrupt Decay. Blood Moon kind of... He knows about Blood Moon. He hasn't swung any games, but... It's doing a good job. Cool beans. Gonna fetch on the instep. Have 2 cards in hand. He's looking for a BB like I'm looking for a Karanos. It's really funny, but really stressful. Uh-oh, what'd he find? Back up a second. Don't do that in your draw step. Oh, goodness. No. Uh, that's a really bad, tough one for us to deal with. And we took out the Stormbreath Dragons. Yeah, Liliana comes down, pops away the Snapcaster, and then we're in tough shape. Yeah. Snap down. I don't think we're playing this wrong. We're just not getting the right material. We gotta... No, you can search for a green source at this point. I don't even think he cares about Blood Moon. Comes down, turns off a few lands, he pops it. He loses Liliana Last Hope, which is a good move. I doubt he'd go for it. Liliana Last Hope can win a game like this on her own. But PK does a real good job. I'm perfectly fine with that. Red, red, red. Three for one, just the way you like it. Takes down one, might draw a kill spell. Terminate's not going to work here. Just pass back. Got plenty to work with now. Engineering Explode's just going to sit there. I get what he's trying to go. He wanted to preemptively deal with the Blood Moon while getting a card out of his hand so that when Liliana comes down, Liliana the Veil, he doesn't have to worry about it. Liliana will shoot down one. That'll leave me with enough power to attack for 3. I don't have to be too worried about a Goyf. I don't even think I have to bolt down the Liliana. Honestly, you might neg 2 Liliana here. Try and put something in the graveyard. What's he got? Yep. 1 Thopter down. I'm guessing another bolt. Okay, so we've got 2 drops covered in a multitude of ways. All right, go for the attack. Just get past combat. Just get past damage. 1 card left in hand. What can you not play? A land? Do I bolt now? Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna get Leon off the field as quickly as possible. And this leaves us bolt spell snare. That lets us deal with just about anything off the top. And spell snare, engineer explosives is good redundancy against Tarmogoyfs and Bobs. And that engineer explosives on his side is just gonna sit there. And it's a good thing to have. Now we get to peck in for 2 for a little while. What does he have in hand? I don't think he brought Fulminator in. I would have pushed that real quick. Because Fulminator, despite being a 2-color deck on our part, Fulminator Mage does a lot of work. It takes us off double or triple red, especially when we need to be playing P and Kiernalar. I think he's just getting land out of his deck at this point. Try and make those percentage points that much better. He's not going to be too worried about Blood Moon at this point, and rightly so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 6 here, plus a couple in the graveyard. Yeah, doing all right. Just peck in for a little while. He might be holding some kind of ancient grudge. I can't think of a sideboard card that Jun would play that they wouldn't just be able to use in another position. Maybe it's just another land. Maybe he's bluffing something. Seems like a real tough bluff. Hmm. I think we're pretty well insulated for the time being. Um, One thing to consider is maybe just firing off the bolt, but that leaves us open to a Raging Ravine that might come off the top, and that's going to be a tough one to deal with. Still love a Keranos. I'll take a land. Help us get a few percentage points above the rest. Get a few land out of the deck. He might just be sitting on a Terminate that he doesn't want to fire off. That's my first guess. Ooh, he lost a lot of time there on the Engineer Explosives. Yeah. I'm going to try and adjust the stream next time around. I'm going to add a... And there's a Raging Ravine. I'm going to add a music option just to keep things from getting too too silent, especially in the early days of the stream. We not gonna have a lot of people, so not gonna be a lot to talk. Not a lot of people to talk to. Not a lot to say either. Oh, that second engineer explosives. I'm gonna play that one out there just for 0. That way I can pop his. Oh no, I can use with PK. Never mind. Good stuff. Uh, multifaceted sideboard cards. The question is, I think he gets it. The mainland. He thinks he knows all our tricks. Yeah, definitely gotta point that bolt up there. We're now that we've dedicated the bolt to the Raging Ravine. Um, yeah, 2 mana Armageddon. That would be sick. Be hilarious. An artifact that's dedicated to working off colors, destroying all the lands that produce colors. It's down to 14. Come on, let's get there. I think I got rid of a Bob in the early game, right? Not just Liliana's. Ooh, if you played a Bob, that start to pique my interest. Yeah, can't put the second explosives out there in the same way. Kind of need to hang on to that one. He also doesn't see that I can just throw the engineer explosives. This also does give you another opportunity to kill a BBE that might come off the top. No. Sideboard cards playing together nicely. Yep, it's a Raging Ravine. But now it's a dead Raging Ravine. Just trying to get through this a little quicker, guys. This this is starting to drag on a little bit. Oh my goodness. I could play the second engine explosives for 2 right now. No, it's not worth it. I think we've got enough land now that getting land out of the deck is minimal. Not just not gonna worry about it. I don't know what that. He's got 2 cards in hand. I'm surprised he hasn't found a kill spell, an abrupt decay, a terminate, something. He left it mana like he might be able to play a Liliana the Veil, but he didn't. So, what are dead cards? out of Jund. Another explosives, maybe. Did he finally pick up a Tarmogoyf? My first guess. Come on, play the Dark Confidant. That's the one I'm willing to let go. I don't like that one, unfortunately. Holding that for a good long while. Plays land. Probably that one card. It's got to be super situational. Thorani would have played that. I don't know if you bring engineer. I I don't know. It's just so bizarre. Is this PK just gonna get there? Oh, this feels great. Wish we had kept that bolt. Yeah, we're gonna play it because we use 1/2. That leaves yeah enough. One there, one there. Should recognize. Yeah. Come on, play that BBE. I'm sorry, play that Dark Confidant. I dare you. Oh, he's risking getting rid of his own. I'll chuck it. I'll check it right now. This is great. This is what was just sitting in his hand. He forgot. I know he forgot. He probably read it like, oh, it can chuck Thopters. Play it. Play it. Play the little Dark Yeah, he got the Dark Confidant. I'm surprised he didn't try and pop the 0 or the 2 cost 1. That way he could play this more confidently. It was a Dark Confidant sitting in hand all this time. And I can't attack now. Ooh. And I've just been drawing land forever. Play another land. Pass it back. And we got there. All right, guys. Um, that one took it all out of me. I'm going to post this. Give it a look when you get a chance if you're interested. Interesting Jund versus Blue Moon matchup. But till next time, see you later.